and as far as how you're expressing the body and the movement, I think a lot of the martial arts and is everyone seems to always want to search for something spiritually. And I was thinking about a long time ago when this started for me, which is a long, long time ago. And the whole idea is when you hear me say sometimes about spirit, you know, and how you bring the spirit of into things. And it seems everybody's like hung up on what spirit is. And we're all looking to attach an emotion to spirit. And you'll hear me, well, I don't really know what spirit is. Well, when we talk about, you're practicing a way. So an art is a presentation of who and what you are. It's a way of you expressing yourself. When I think about creation, I think about that creation, living through that creation and expressing myself, becoming transcendent of what it is that I believe, becoming that. So when you talk about spirit and bringing the spirit into it, the spirit to me is in a form of energy, creative energy. Spirit is void of emotions. So when you take spirit and you attach it to religion, or you take spirit and you attach it to something, you expect something from it. And what you're learning here is not to expect something from it. The emotions and everything that is present is your expression of those emotions. But true spirit lies in void. Void of emotion. In other words, it is an enigma that you don't question, you don't look to attach it to something. There is a spirit to Ben. There is a spirit to this table. There is a spirit to the earth. There is a spirit to a building. There is a spirit to a tree, to a flower. Everything has its spiritual energy. But humans, what we should be practicing when you're practicing a true art and bringing the spirit into the art, everybody wants to attach something to it. But true spirit lies in void. It's in void of, it's like we put something to it. We say, this is the spirit, the Holy Spirit, or we talk about spirit in a church, or we talk about the spirit of our beliefs, or people have to feel something and they have to present something, because that's just the spirit. Spirit is void of emotions. Right? The emotions that we bring into it are our emotions. It is an expression. In other words, it's a path of discovery. Right, of creation, right? So we have to, like eventually the energies that are in your body, right? And your body, the whole idea of practicing a way is practicing a way. The reason the martial arts truly is called a way is because it's a journey. It's a way. In other words, there's no pot of gold at the end of it. It's a way. It continues. So life in essence, your essence, right? It continues. Into what? Into where? Who knows? But eventually your body can no longer contain those energies. And the energies, the thing that energizes the body goes. The body's intestines, everything else can be intact, but for some reason, whether it's through disease, or somebody taking a knife and splitting and everything falls out, or old age, your body no longer can contain the energies. And to me, spirit represents void. Void of emotion. It is a presence that is within you, and you bring whatever it's going to be into it. It's when you attach something, it's when you make something a fact that it loses its power. So when I'm practicing and when I talk about spirit, and for whatever spirit is, when I say I don't understand spirit or what spirit is or what soul is, I really don't. And I don't claim to. The only thing I do know is that it's an expression of creation. The spirit that's in nature, the spirit that is in animals, the spirit that's in these walls, everything has some type of presence that you can sense. And the more you come closer to that, every step, every walk, everything that you do, every person you talk to, you can feel a sense of where they're coming from. It's amazing. It really is amazing. But that is your presence. Spirit is void of all of that. It's what we attach to it that really makes it limited to what it is, that to the endless possibilities of existence. To me, when we talk about death and everybody hangs, oh, the spirit is this, that, and the other thing, you know, we all live through our fears. To me, it's the enigma on that way that I'm attracted to. I don't put things and say this is a definite answer. This is definitely where I believe this way or do this way. Because to me, that's not what nature really truly represents. It's void of all those things. The path on a way is how you're expressing what you're feeling coming from you, and it's a journey. There's no completion to it. So when you guys are standing and you're practicing, you know, and you're trying to bring, it's your spirit that you're getting in touch with, kind of learning about yourself through what you're doing. But it's not about saying this is what this is. It's void. So when I talk in it's like metaphorically, and I talk in symbolism, and I say when you're standing here, and your root is here, your core is here, and you're moving all this stuff, it's all part of the symbols. When I say that you're pulling the spirit of the earth, right? You know, the roots is not here, the earth is moving up and hitting you here, and this is connecting. Everything connects, we're all a part of it. To me, that's what spirit represents. But when we take it and we put it and commercialize it, when we put it in a little box because it makes us feel safe, or because we want an answer, because we have to make an answer up, we lose the meaning of what the way is. And the way is a journey that you will be taking here and in death, who knows? But it's all part of the way. No one's ever come back to say, this is what's happened, only through mythology. But we can learn through mythology, we can learn through our history, and we can discover who we are through it. To me, spirit represents what you represent, what you're trying to express in the world. Live in the world the way that you would like to see the world be. You know, it can't always be that way. You know, if somebody comes up to me and says they want to take my life, then I have to do something about it. Or if I walk in and somebody's hurting somebody else and that person has to perish for it because I have to take extreme action, that's all part of what it is. So it doesn't mean you're a good man or a good woman, a bad person, or it just is part of a process. So by practicing away, what you're doing here, you're truly practicing the enigma. You're truly into the mystery and truly learning that spirit is void. It is not something that has like a steady substance, but there is a substance to each individual thing. There is a spirit to this table. And you could question eventually when we get into artificial intelligence, when you have robots, is there a spirit to a robot? Well, yes, there is. You know, there's a different type of energy. So when you talk about the way, where you're coming in, if you truly are on a spiritual adventure, a journey into the self, you know, it's void of you know, attaching your personal emotions to it. When you think about spirit, it's empty. It's endless. It's infinite, right? When you think about death, if you end it, if death is all just death, then fine. You know, who can answer that? But to me, it's part of the enigma. I look forward to death because that's the next step. And if it's no step, I look forward to what I'm doing right now. You know, I'm present. So spirit is about being present. It's truly about expressing what you want to express in the world. Not just materially. You know, oh, if I had $1 billion, I would do this for people, I would do... And you know, there's people that have billions and billions of dollars that give it to all these people, but I haven't seen the world change. Maybe it changed individually. So true spirit is about individual change. It's about self-expression. It's about what you're doing. And when you stand and you feel that, then you're part of it, you know. But you won't feel spirit. You just become more present. That's the duality to that. Questions?